Here we go, here we go. A little UNH Varsity Marvel Rivals match. Gonna be a good one for you everyone today. Gonna start off quick here. You're gonna see UNH banning Hulk. It's a very common first ban we've seen them do time and time again. Gonna see the enemy team here. Queens, Golden Gales. We'll go with that. You just call them Queens from now on. Be banning Venom, saving Luna. You're gonna see UNH saving Magic from what I've heard. They want to get one of their DPS on Magic, maybe one on Daredevil is the comp to be looking out for. Next band you're gonna see UNH taking out Magneto, pretty standard band, especially if they want to go for a dive comp. Magneto, those bubbles can be really good at keeping supports alive long enough for everyone to turn around. Hell of the next band for Queens. A little nervous about those head taps coming in. Next band going or next save, apologies, gonna be Ultron from Queens. I want to keep that healer on the board. Let's see this final save for UNH. Going to be Jeff. They like that ulti a lot. Could definitely see some plays around Jeff being the main focal point. Could definitely also see a Sharknado team up. See the final bands are going to be Emma Frost, the final band for UNH, a very common band, just kind of in general, especially once you get up to towards these higher ranks. People don't like her ultimate, it can be very strong, can take over an entire fight. See what UNH wants to lock in. You see Big Man and Bappo, each going to be hovering at Strange Magic for the team up. You see Big Warrior, once again, going to be on the Captain America. They didn't ban it this time, might have been a mistake by them. Do you see Skylark hovering over that Daredevil? Could be some very interesting choices from UNH here. Seems like they're messing around with the lineup a little bit. 'As we get started here on the first map. Guess what UNH has in stock here? They seem to be running a very typical dive comp here. You see the cap, you see the magic. Could definitely see something with those strange portals, as well as a Daredevil, of course. Gonna have really good long range healing and survivability with that Rocket Raccoon and with that Jeff. 10 seconds till we're underway for real this time. You just see UNH passing the time here, messing around, jumping around, all that good stuff. Gonna see Big Warrior on the cabinet. That's a fan favorite. Was told that Skylar was getting some training on Daredevil before this match, so you can definitely see if that's paid off or not with how this is going to play out for UNH.
I'll patch you up. Armor patch here.
Going to see Knight getting set up with those Rocket Raccoon revives in the back there, trying to keep everybody up in case someone goes down. Really good spots there for that rocket healing. You see him tucked away underneath the stairs there. It's kind of Now this battle was early. Skylar gonna get the first kill on the Luna Snail. The rocket gonna come through. The rocket revive. What am I talking about? Bappo next kill, gonna get that on the Daredevil now. You see Skylar trying to get up around these walls, trying to find a good spot to get attack in. See him diving in towards this Bucky and this Luna, getting some really good combos here, getting the Sonic, I don't know, the Sonic Pursuit's what it's called. There it is. Good play from Big Man on the Strange there, getting everybody back away from the choke point with his shield and making sure no one takes too much damage on the pullback. As you see, it looks like Queens might be going for this height advantage here, trying to play around a little bit. Swapping up their lineup pretty early. Seems swapping into that bucket. They do have that Ultron out as well as that Cap, trying to get in that back line. Trying to do some good damage tonight on that rocket. But meanwhile, Big Warrior showing off why you should ban Cap when he's around as he finds a kill on the Luna Snow. Hunting down this Ultron with lethal intent, being helped out by Skylar pretty well here. Do you know that Bucky for the Queens is going to have that team up with Cap, so you could see him jumping around, giving some extra bonus health. You're going to see Knight has ultimate up already. Could see it get popped early here as UNH pushes past, or pushes up towards 50% on the capture point here. They have every ult across the board ready to go. This could be like the scariest 20 seconds for any support player to ever hear. I don't think... by the Strange ult, or not Strange ult, the Ultron ult, the Strange getting that final blow, but can get the revive off. Despair's coming right back in thanks to Knight. You see Big Warrior popping his ultimate, running around, doing some really big damage onto the Luna Snow. Ends up securing the kill. Starting to mess up the Ultron as the Rocket Raccoon ultimate for Queens goes down. The revive has to go to that Luna Snow as she does go down. Boppo gonna find one kill, make it two, make it three as Darkchild comes out. That magic ult being put to really good use here. Big Man just hunting down this Rocket, very elusive of him.
This is a nice spot. Coming through.
30 seconds before you get ready.
Velasco said I should stay away from you. He really hates you.
Also, I see you're not taking his advice.
I don't really let people or demons tell me what to do.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you do is capture the mission area. Got it?
I like far more times than weapons.
Units ready to get the second round underway. You see Big Warrior already running around, tracking that Ultron towards him as he starts booking it. So the Rocket Raccoon revive is going to be up and ready at the start of this round immediately. Big Warrior going to bait out that Angela, trying to get her away from the team. Maybe try to drag him back towards his team. Early kill from Big Man onto one. That was fast. They shut down that push from Queens right away, and they're already going to be the first one to capture point. UNH already in a really good spot. They've been here plenty of times. They like playing on defense. They like having first chance to cap the point. See a pretty big fight here between the two strangers. They battle back and forth. Skylar taking some pretty big damage on the Daredevil as Big Man finds one. The Angela takes down Big Warrior, but the revive from Knight's going to come in. Devil's going to come out for the Daredevil, going to force up the Ultron and the Luna ult. Both 2 ults for 1 there. Skylar's trying to get away, but he's going to get hunted. Damage. They're trying to destroy that amplifier. Boy can do much damage. However, Big Man going to take out one, give one to Big Warrior as well. He starts to hunt down this Ultron and the rest of these supports. Absolutely bullying him back towards their spawn. Some good healing from the Jet there to keep him in the fight. Does have ult ready to go as they just barely surpass 50% on the control point.
I'll patch you up.
See now, UNH is trying to hold this choke point on the top of the stairs. That Jeff ult's going to come out. All comes through. Looks like it might have found one. You see Big Warrior's going to jump up there with his ultimate. As Skylar finds one. The Strange just find a kill of his own. No revives for either team here. It's going to be a quick 5v5. Skylar doing some big damage for that backline. Diving in and out, weaving through it. Agamotto going to come out. Going to find at least 2 there. Both the Jeff and Skylar going to get knocked through it. Looks like we're going to try to hunt down this Luna before the rest of the team can help. Big Warrior and Skylar working in tandem. Going to find that kill onto the Luna. Give one to Boppo as well on the Darkchild, but Skylar gets shut down. It looks like Boppo goes as well. Big Man finds a kill of his own. They're going to push it to overtime. The revive is going to come out for the Strange. Knight getting a good revive onto the Big Man there. as Warrior remains steadfast on that point. Gonna find the kill onto their Strange. Bucky doing some big damage with the Jeff at the last second. Gonna come in for those big heals. Despair going absolutely crazy with those clutch heals. Daredevil all gonna come out, same as Luna Snow and Bucky ult for Queens. A lot of ults flying out for every team here. Strange Portal is gonna keep Queens in it for a bit longer as they hold on to this overtime. Skylar doing some really good damage with that ultimate, but unfortunately gonna get knocked around by, looks like the Bucky, but the Amplifier comes the last second. The Amplifier gonna give the bonus health needed to keep everybody alive in the fight, give Big Warrior one, give the Strange one. The Angela ult is gonna come out, but it looks like the Jeffs are gonna shut that down. Gonna shoot the teammates out right away, do some really good damage here. Angela's trying to stop him from spitting her teammates off the edge, but that Jeff ult's gonna keep everyone distracted long enough for UNH to cap the point and go up 1-0 versus Queens so far. A really good showing from them. To keep playing like this, we're in for a quick 3-0. And we are back after a brief intermission. UNH up 1-0 so far over Queens. We see him locking in here on convergence. See what the first bans are. UNH likes to ban that Bruce Banner first. You could see Queens banning out. They ban out the Venom. It might leave that Captain America open for Big Warrior once again. Did show how good he could play on that. You just see Clover's going to be in for Bappo on this map. Quick little substitution. Bruce Banner once again that first ban for UNH. They're going to be saving Captain America. Actually, UNH wants to make sure that Queens can't take him away from Big Warrior. They want him to have his hands on that character. They're actually going to save Emma Frost. It could be a really good way to counter the Cap, especially with her ultimate. Next ban going to be Magic. You did see UNH playing quite a lot of Magic in that last round. They're actually going to ban Magneto. We haven't got the chance to see if Queen likes Magneto because they've been banning it both the maps so far. Psylocke gonna be the next save for UNH, another dive character. They've been playing a lot of dive. You saw the Daredevil, you saw the Magic, you saw the Cap. They've been playing it a lot. They had the Animal Crossing backline, as I heard it was called. A lot of dive, a lot of survivability. UNH has been liking playing this aggressive playstyle against this Queen's team. They're gonna be saving Luna. Might have seen UNH trying to sniff her out, especially with that snowball, able to shut down a lot of dives. Rocket actually going to be the last ban for Queens, and then UNH is going to finish it off with Ultron. Each support kind of taking shots at each other there a bit. You actually do see Big Warrior locking in the Frost at first. They could swap later, but they did leave Hela open for Despair. We know that's a mistake. Give Despair any head tap character, then it just might be the end of your game right away. Especially with that new Hela Namor team up, you can see Despair doing a lot of damage with that.
Lived.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
We're going to see Big Man on the Strange once again. You saw a lot of that last game did really well, especially with his ultimates. A lot of them only caught 2 or 3 people, but a lot of times it was the 2 or 3 people that were most essential to that Queen's push on the control points.
Oceans protect me.
Our foes may be near.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
See, UNH wants to destroy a lot of these bridges around the map just to make sure that Queens has a harder time trying to flank and play off the high ground. See, UNH has played this position on this map a lot. They like to sit up here and try to make sure no Strange portal comes through. See, Queens isn't making any aggressive pushes yet. They're all kind of setting up on this high ground. They want to get a better advantage over UNH before they really push. Both teams kind of looking to suss one out, get a one pick to really push them back or push onto the point here. See Knight playing that Namor is playing way far back. You know, Despair can absolutely cook on the Hello to give him a chance to warm up here, perhaps. Big Man in the meantime does find a kill onto the enemy Strange. Big Warrior going to diamond form match the Emma Frost, which is going to lead to Skylar picking up that kill. Going to catch the Namor, finishing him off really quick. Big Warrior able to survive that with some fantastic healing right behind him. Knight, meanwhile, gets to kill his own. Quick first team fight there, and Queens didn't even manage to cap a third of the point. Time's going to tick down to 2 minutes 30 seconds. Looking really good for UNH.
Don't let them take hit this area now. Be careful over here. I like the cool.
You see the enemy team here swaps up their pick. They want to kind of jump Knight instead of trying to fight for that height advantage. They force Knight off that ledge. It looks like they might be backing up from it a little bit or just playing the angle a little bit off here. Do you see Knight doing some good damage with Skylar? The enemy Hella going around the back. Gonna end up finding a kill onto Despair, but the Knight on Namor gonna be able to shut him down with the squids. Quick 1-for-1 trade there. You see Knight trying to trade back with that Namor. Just have the ultimate ready. Gonna send it right at him. Does not end up getting the kill. Baits out the Invisible Woman ult though. Gonna be able to farm a lot of damage, especially with the squids. A little healing. You see Despair on the way back from spawn. Big ulti from Big Warrior brings it the Luna Snow ult. At the same time, it looks like a Cloak and Dagger ult for UNH comes out. Big Warrior just catch a lot of them with that ultimate, manages to bring them.
Your minion souls are mine now, Namor. Resistance is futile. Found one of our swords.
One, looking for two, might be able to find it, finds two. Big Warrior finds a kill of his own. They have now put Queens all the way back in their spawn as Big Warrior staggers one more respawn just because he can. Time going to be ticking down to 45 seconds here as UNH flies back to the point, waiting for that strange portal to be the last saving hope of Queens here. Some really good healing from Clover in the backline here. It seems like everybody's just kind of waiting until that strange portal comes through. That Hella trying to knock Clover back in a way, trying to get Knight or somebody to look up and push him away from not attacking him. Still, you see Hella all for Despair come out. Doesn't look like the other Hella wants to pop her out. Now she does, but we have the Cloak and Dagger ult ready to go. If Clover feels like they need it, and they do feel like that, just as the Emma Frost ultimate comes out, Luna ult's going to come out at the same time. That Namor ult doesn't find anybody for the Queens with that ult from Doctor Strange, just barely unable to find one kill. Big ulti from both Big Warrior and Big Man there. The Namor ult gonna find two for Knight. Really big damage from Big Warrior onto one. Give Knight a triple kill. Give one to Big Man as well. Now him and Big Warrior racing this Luna down, forcing her back into spawn as overtime ticks down. UNH holds Queens to an absolute shutout for this first half of Convergence.
2 0そろそろ変化が必要ね。あなたの陣営も。
ダイヤモンドは強いプレッシャーを受けるほど眩しく輝くものよ。
勝ちたいなら最高のチームを揃えましょう。
So here, looks like UNH wants to go for a pretty similar lineup. Might be bringing out the Iron Fist to help out with the dive a bit more.
ラウンド2
ニュータントの危機にはホワイトクイーンが必ず現れる。普通はね。
攻撃開始まであと30秒準備して。
すごい装備だな。ああ、アイアンフィスト。
バトル開始まで5、4、3、2、
Second half of this round will be underway now. As you see,
1。いい
UNH might be opting for the Strange Portal. I'm going to set up around him to make sure no Spider-Man or something similar knocks him around. You see Knight going to be hopping in on that Black Panther and matching Despair in that dive comp on the Iron Fist. Strange Portal gonna come in for UNH. Big Warrior immediately gonna pop in that diamond for him, hoping to grab somebody early. See him diving in towards the Strange, gonna kick him back, gonna grab him and slam him on the ground. Now the Iron Fist gonna be joining him as well. Black Man's taking a lot of damage, but Despair gonna find that first kill. I'm talking like an auctioneer, and I don't know why. Big damage from Big Warrior onto the Emma Frost. As you see, they're already able to push out onto the point like this, starting a big team fight right in the middle of all of it. Big Warrior focusing on Namor down hard, absolutely melting him down, forcing him to go into his bubble at the last possible second, doing some really big damage. All UNH needs to do is cap the first third of this point. Big Warrior taking a lot of damage here, getting absolutely cooked, but we're going to find an easy kill onto one. Going to see Knight on the Black Panther running circles around this team, looking for that backline. Going to hit him with a spear, but doesn't have the dash off cooldown quite yet. Just looking and waiting to dive this backline. Going to come straight through, start hitting them early. Invisible Woman also going to come out now as UNH inches that point closer and closer to capping. However, they turn around to deal with Knight on the Black Panther. Luna Snow, I believe, got the kill there. UNH is going to pull back after that push. Big Man did end up falling, which did lead to the downfall of that push. However, they're going to have that Strange ult already. And you're going to have Knight on Bucky. See Skylar gonna be on that Mantis. Really good combo with the Bucky, especially if Knight can land these critical shots with the Bucky. Can do a lot of damage, especially with those Mantis damage buffs. Got a Mantis ult ready to go already as well. Probably gonna have that Invisible Woman all up at some time soon. You see Skylar pop that ultimate. Clover gonna be sitting onto that Invisible Woman all ready to go as the Emma Frost ultimate comes out. That Namor ult gonna come out. Doesn't find anybody. Luna's Snow ultimate now gonna be joining the mix as Clover's still waiting to drop his ultimate. Despair finds one kill. Does look like Emma Frost ultimate for UNH is going to come out. It looks like the Agamotto is going to come out. Yar. Welcome back to potentially the third and last round of this matchup between UNH and Queens Golden Gales. UNH currently leading the series 2-0 over Queens. Currently, you're going to see them going into the pick and ban phase here. Despair hovering the Widow. I like what I see. Will I see it in the game? Probably not, and I will be heartbroken. However, the first ban is going to be Bruce Banner. We've seen it all night long. Nothing's going to change about that. UNH hates that Hulk. They refuse to let him play in any of the matches they play. Probably see Queens ban Venom or Cap if I had to guess. It's been their go-to ban. There's that Venom ban like I just mentioned. They're going to save someone. My first guess, Emma Frost. Could see them save Luna Snow, maybe. Maybe they save Angela if they feel like UNH might be inching towards an Angela ban. They did bring that out at one point. Wasn't wildly successful for them, so I can't imagine they use a save slot and what's going to be that Emma Frost. If I had to guess, UNH is probably going to be saving Captain America here. They did it last round. They like Big Warrior on it, but they're actually going to be saving Rocket Raccoon. He was someone that Queens banned last round, and I know that they like to run that animal background there, like the Jeff, and they like the Rocket to team up together. They are going to ban Invisiwoman. Next ban for Queens is going to be Jeff the Landshark. So if they can't ban one, they're going to ban the other. They really don't like UNH having that strong backline that they like to play so much. Luna Snow could be the next save for the Queens. That makes sense. They like to play Luna a lot. Maybe a bit scared that UNH could use their last ban, but they're actually going to save Magneto this time. I've been seeing them ban Magneto all night, but it looks like they want to try their hand with him this time. UNH's last ban is going to be Namor. They didn't like that Queens was using him last round. Knight was using Namor quite a bit too for defense. They were doing an outstanding job. Final ban gonna be Magic. You know, UNH like to bring Magic in that first round. I see Despair lock in Widow, and I don't get my hopes up, but by God, am I hoping. You see Skylar back on that Daredevil potentially. You know, they did like Skylar and Daredevil in that first match. Had some really good plays. Got a couple kills in that backline that were crucial. UNH going to be starting out on attack. We'll see how far they can get the Spider Zero pushed out here. I know they'd probably like to start on defense. UNH could have started on defense. They probably could have held Queens pretty well back.
More alike than either of us care to admit.
We'll see how UNH likes to play on attack though. You see Blackout is going to be on the Magneto. A few swaps here from the roster. You're going to see Knight back in on support. Despair going to be sticking to DPS, so Skylar does make that rotate back into DPS.
4, 3, 2,
Clover going to be rounding it out with Big Warrior on the Cap, of course. Nobody else they would trust to play Cap. Blackout getting pretty aggressive with the Magneto here. Obviously running it towards that Punisher, trying to shut down that turret. Gonna just be farming free damage as long as his turret's allowed to just sit up there. Kind of hope Despair can do something about that, especially if he is on the Widow like he was hovering. Not sure if that's stuck. It does sound like it. Pretty sure I just heard a Widow voice line behind me, but you do see that Big Warrior diving in there his Cap after getting his health back. Damage boost from the Mantis really paying off as Magneto falls to Blackout. Does come back on the res, but that gives Skylar the chance to start diving in that backline, tearing apart that amplifier. It goes down. Skylar does end up paying his life for it, as well as Big Warrior, as well. The Magneto comes out, but he does get that respawn off. I think that was actually just a different angle that showed me a delayed setting. As you do see the rest of the UNH team making it back towards the spawn room. Good sleep there from Clover to keep himself alive. Not wanting to stagger his respawn too much. See if they can't save their favorite little rocket there, but he does actually end up falling to that Daredevil. 2 minutes 45 seconds to go as Skylar and Big Warrior hunt down their Daredevil, but he does end up getting away, unfortunately. Blackout trying to get rid of that tower before it can just absolutely farm an ultimate off of him. He knows he can shut down that Punisher ultimate if he tries hard enough, but it's very difficult. Punisher can always break that Magneto meteor really easily with his ultimate. You see a Daredevil ultimate coming out. I believe that might have been Skylar. It actually was. It does end up in the kill of one. Despair picks off another. Go. Believe they have at least one support ultimate with Clover. I'm not sure if they popped that rocket ultimate or not, but I believe they probably did. Time ticking down to 2 minutes. Time is ticking down. He's got some insider information there, but I will not be trading upon it. That would be federally illegal. Anyway, the Emma Frost mode can come out at the same time as Clover pops the Mantis ultimate, keeping everybody alive within the ultimate. Luna Snow ultimate comes up, but Despair finds a kill with that exploding plasma. Same time, Judge and Jury want to come out. Captain America wants to start spinning around. Mutant Kind comes out and finds a double kill. The Magneto ultimate for Queens finds absolutely nobody. LeBron didn't sponsor that one as UNH is on the crest with his first checkpoint. Big Warrior just diving in towards this Luna, forcing her to run for her life as Despair takes down one. Give Despair actually. Despair is going to hunt down for a fourth one here on this Punisher, but Blackout will take it from him. UNH resetting the clock back to 3 minutes and 30 seconds as they start pushing a point towards the second checkpoint now. See UNH getting ready for the second attack here. There's going to be a lot of choke points on the second checkpoint. Daredevil ult for Skylar comes out. Amplifier comes out, trying to keep everybody alive with that overhealth, but Skylar still ends up shutting down the Punisher. The Doctor Strange does end up finally taking down Big Warrior, and it seems like they're trying to push them back. That Emma Frost is going to do some big damage to get shut down eventually by that rocket. Despair actually does take down the rocket then as well. They're trying to keep that Magneto up, just the Mantis and the rocket, as well as Despair on the Widow. Big Warrior. Only able to line up the headshot there. They're both stunned for so long, it felt like. But Skylar does take down one, give Blackout one, give Blackout two. Hello, sorry, didn't know who I was talking to. Give Skylar a double kill as well. As that respawn comes off, it does bring one up, but Big Warrior brings him right back down.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
CNH is going to get really close to the second checkpoint. Queens is going to come out with all their tanks to try to stop them from capping as their time has ticked down to 1:45. That Cloak and Dagger ultimate going to come out, but the Magneto ultimate going to come out right away and shut that down. No more Cloak and Dagger for this Queens team. Actually, no more anybody's. Big Warrior finds one, give Knight one, give Blackout one, give Despair one, and give Skylar one. UNH immediately shut that team fight down, capped this point, put 3 minutes back on their clock as they started to push towards this final checkpoint.
悪党のやつらよ。
俺たちの怒りから逃れることはできない。そろそろ本気を出す時が来たようだ。
Big Warrior gonna quickly shut down that respawn beacon as Skylar them down. Even as their Daredevil tries to keep him from doing some massive damage, he still does anyway. Absolutely lighting up that backline as well as that Emma Frost, keeping himself alive, but does finally get shut down by that Doctor Strange. Knight starts to get hunted down as he throws on his respawn beacon. As Daredevil's hot on his tail, trying to keep him stuck like glue. Looks like Clover might be able to come over, but Clover's gonna get shut down by the Hella from behind. Now Big Warrior has to save them from this Daredevil. He chases the backline. Emma Frost will come out, but Big Warrior's just gonna block it all and walk around the corner. Him and Knight easily escape. That Emma Frost ult does not get much.
Eyes on this location.
come out and do a revive for the enemy. Rocket's going to come out. Clover going to take a lot of damage in the backline from the amplifier. The res is going to pop. Clover's going to be able to get back in this fight as Blackout finds one. Big Warrior finds one as well. Despair shuts down the rocket as one of them sits on the point. Emma Frost trying to delay as long as she possibly can. Blackout going to turn around and secure that kill. Blackout trying to keep them pushed back in their spawn room so they can push his card up as far as possible with as little fight as possible. Knight going to spot the respawn beacon and destroy it right before that Hela can come back after she got killed. Just have Amplifier ready to go. Could be a huge play for UNH here as long as they keep this cart pushing. Time ticking down now. You see Big Warrior diving back away from that spawn room. Him and Skylar got a kill. Blackout got a kill as well. They're trying to get this point pushed up. 50 seconds left on the clock. Do have plenty of ultimates. Skylar, Big Warrior, and the Rocket all ready to go here. The Magneto trying to get on point. The delay. Going to see the Luna ultimate come out just as Big Warrior ultimates. Amplifier for both sides, or just one side. Apologies. Despair kid shuts down that Rocket before he can really get involved. Daredevil ultimate for Queen's gonna come out, gonna find one. Knight can get the revive right away. Skylar gonna start doing some damage. He's finding the kill of his own on to that the Daredevil. Blackout trying to shut down the other Magneto. Skylar and Big Warrior work together with this Rocket and the Thor. Skylar doing some really good damage as well as keeping them off the point. And UNH will cap the point back, start pushing it just a little bit. The Thor ultimate will come out, actually find a double kill as time ticks down to 15 seconds. Looks like UNH wants to back out for a quick portal to maybe try to take this back. Maybe Skylar just wants his health back before he dives back in there. Time ticking down to 10 seconds. You see Skylar maybe making a play to keep on and stay delaying. Big Warrior going to come dashing back in as well. Going to avoid that Thor and the Magneto. Going to touch long enough for them to delay, and then he's going to come in right as Skylar goes down, diving around, keeping it delayed for as long as he possibly can. Trying to build up that. Eye of Agamotto is going to shut that down, though. Him and Magneto both fall. The Rocket Res the ultimate does come out at night on this game as the Despair and Wolverine doesn't last very long. Big Warrior just unable to get back with the last second to keep the touch on. However, UNH is very close to capping. The only way they can lose this is if Queens is able to push all 3 checkpoints.
俺はグルート。
UNH going to swap up their lineup a little bit for this defense half. You can see Big Warrior hopping in on that Groot instead of the Captain America. I think they're going for their 3-3 comp that they've been liking to play on defense. You're gonna see 3 tanks and 3 support. Usually an Adam Warlock, which is gonna be what Despair will be playing, trying to do a lot of that damage offset as well as healing. You see UNH ready to unleash this comp on this Queen's team. I don't think they're ready for it. There's a whole lot of health and a lot of tanks and plenty of healing behind as well, but it does look like Queens is going to dive in towards that backline. Their Clover did manage to fall to the Spider-Man. That Salak just get picked off by Big Warrior rather quickly, though. They have a full dive comp, it looks like Queens. Have an Angela as well. They're bringing out the Rocket, the Luna, as well as a few others. That's Spider-Man wrapping it up. Have a Daredevil. Full dive comp, but Clover is playing Emma Frost, and she can just kidnap you, it looks like, as she starts wailing up on these dive characters. The group picks up another one. Nearly able to lock that Angela from getting back into the spawn room as they keep the Spider Zero locked up in front of their spawn room. Despair doing some really good damage.
You stopped them in their tracks.
Immediately backs away, just get chased down by that Daredevil and that Psylocke once again. Angelo trying to get in there as well. The bubble gonna come in from Magneto. Skylar gonna come in with that Clover ult as well, try to keep everyone alive. The Angel's gonna try to push her out of it, but Skylar's just gonna run back to it, nearly taking the Angelo down as the Spider-Man tries to pull Skylar off as well. It actually does end up falling eventually, just as Daredevil and Angelo both ult this UNH team. Meanwhile, the supports are just kind of hiding in the corners, keeping themselves alive, but the tanks do run over to keep trying to get some healing, but they end up bringing the enemy right to them. It looks like UNH will finally fall after delaying Queens all the way down to 2 minutes.
Did someone call Dr.
Mutants
Strange?
always rise again. Here they are now.
Strengthened for
Better
battle.
stop that vehicle!
You see UNH gonna stick with that 3-3-3 comp, even though that Spider-Man ultimate comes out. Does find a kill onto one, but the rest of the team able to stay alive behind that Doctor Strange shield from Skylar. Did you see him swapping off the Emma Frost in exchange for the Doctor Strange? That the Psylocke ultimate come out, drawing out the amplifier. Amplifier for Queen's gonna come out as well, just as Knight goes down. Clover falls to the Spider-Man. Our Despair does get a kill onto one. Luna ultimate gonna come out just as they break the amplifier for this Queen's team. Big Warrior trying to get in there and delay a little bit, trying to keep them off of Despair on that Warlock. You do see Skylar on the Strange diving in there. They actually lock the supports out behind the walls, but Despair falls to the Spider. The Psylocke finds one kill on the Knight. Knight gets to revive onto Despair. As time ticks down to 1 minute, Skylar doing some huge damage to that Spider-Man. Able to barely keep himself alive, even as that Daredevil tries to close the difference. Him, Angela, and Spider-Man are all hunting down Skylar. Strange portal open. You see Big Warrior gonna be hopping back on the Strange or on the Frost. They will get off that Strange, and it looks like they're gonna go back for a standard 2-2-2 comp. I believe they wasted enough time with their 3-3 comp there. You can see Skylar hopping on the Spider-Man instead here. Might see a bit of a diff. See Skylar just kind of sitting around the back line here, maybe trying to keep everybody alive. Is that Angela and the Daredevil once again combine ultimates, trying to keep everybody locked up and trying to do damage. The bubble for Magneto barely able to keep himself alive. Blackout actually will go down, but the respawn beacon should be able to pick him up. It looks like it might have been destroyed. Another really good kidnap for that. As long as they can. See a lot of ultimates for UNH ready to be popped here. You have Skylar with his ultimate, could see him make a play for it here. Looks like he might actually do that. Pops ultimate as he dives onto the supports, finds one on the rocket. Luna nearly getting shut down as well as that amplifier comes out. There, Spider-Man gonna find a few kills of his own as Psylocke finds one kill. Big Warrior getting melted down, but able to keep himself alive as the amplifier for UNH comes out. Knight finds a kill on that Spider-Man. Meanwhile, in the backline, they're getting absolutely dove here. Looks like there's a respawn. Sorry, not a kill. But the Bucky ultimate doesn't seem to be finding any shutdowns. You spot Spider-Man in the back as the Angela actually gets a double kill by pushing two off the edge. Both Despair and Big Warrior going down. The rest of UNH here backing up towards the spawn room, not wanting to get staggered too hard off this fight. So they'll try to make one last team fight underneath this arch and try to stop this golden team, or this Queen's team rather, pushing him. But it looks like they'll be able to cap that second checkpoint with little to no issue. Maybe Blackout makes the last play there, but the Angela seems to be in his way. Queens doesn't end up capping that second checkpoint, but they're down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go for the final point. They have to push it pretty much all the way to the edge. See Big Warrior targeting that Psylocke, trying to shut her down. She's been on a pretty good tear of this UNH backline. The Daredevil as well. Big Warrior does eventually shut down that Psylocke, forcing the rest of that Queen's team back into the spawn room. Blackout staying on the point, refusing to let them push. Their time ticking down 2 minutes now as Blackout and Big Warrior both stay around this front line, trying to be a nuisance. The Angelo doing so good though, pulling the tanks away as Emma does actually fall to that Spider-Man once again. He's been just absolutely on a tear along with the Psylocke. Blackout gonna have ultimate ready just as he watches Luna get pulled off the edge there. Knight does get the revive on the Clover. The Angela very low in the back there. Blackout trying to finish the kill out as the Psylocke ultimate comes out. Gonna find a double kill. Knight getting shut down by that Spider-Man. Time ticking down to about a minute 45 for UNH. They have to make a really good defensive play to stop them from capping this last point, sending us into a 2-1 match. Minute 30 to go, and you see Big Warrior finally breaking the Captain America out with Skylark on Spider-Man. Going to zip back towards his team and try to make a play there, unable to find it. UNH has to be careful that they're not getting pulled off the edge like they've been getting a few times. It's been kind of killing the flow of their defense here. Skylar trying to do some good damage to this backline. Landing right as the ultimate for the other Spider-Man comes out in that backline. Doesn't find any kills. Skylar unable to get that last hit onto the Luna as Big Warrior goes down to 1. Knight falls to the Daredevil, but Knight does get the revive off at the last second with Big Warrior. That Captain America will be available just as that Luna ultimate for UNH comes out. Skylar trying to get a pull off the edge here, trying to kidnap that Daredevil. Big Warrior running back into sight, trying to destroy the amplifier while trying to keep the backline alive. Despair does find a kill with his ultimate. The revive brings the Luna right back.
I am ready to put on a show. Down to 30 seconds.
Skylar ult will shut down 2. Skylar gets a kill in the backline on the Rocket. Time taking down to 15 seconds here as the Daredevil gets 1 kill. He's very low HP, but he might be able to get back in time for the health. Only the Angela and the Psylocke, it seems to be on point for this Queen's team. As Skylar trying to get back on point, gets shut down by both that Spider-Man and the Angela. Big Warrior meanwhile just running circles around on the point, barely keeping himself alive with a healing. As they bring their own Angela to the fight now. Trying to force people off the point to make them C9. Skylar back on the Daredevil, doing some good damage to them as well. They're trying to build ults up as fast as possible. Skylar gets shut down as Blackout falls to the Spider-Man. Last remaining character does eventually fall, and UNH will lose this match, remaining in the lead with a 2-1 advantage over Queens. Slay. We are back after that. We are back after the intermission. UNH going to be up still 2-1 over this Queens team. We're going to be going on domination this time, so UNH can handle this game mode. Imagine we'll see a lot of similar bands. You'll see Bruce Banner band first for UNH, pretty standard. Next band gonna be Magneto this time. It seems Queens didn't appreciate that from Blackout last time, but Blackout appears has been swapped out for Big Man once again. Despair, Skylar, Knight, and Clover, along with Big Warrior, gonna be rounding out the rest of the lineup. Spider-Man gonna be the saved item for the Queens this time. They looked to play him a lot last time. UNH did notice that. They're gonna be saving Rocket once again. I assume you'll see Queens banning the Jeff Shark once again. They hate going against that Animal Crossing backline. Angela gonna be the ban for UNH. That was a very annoying champ they were having issues with in the last round. Yep, Jeff the Landshark gonna be the ban for the Queens. They're gonna save Psylocke with their last save. They're liking how they looked on the dive comp. See how UNH wants to answer back. Daredevil gonna be the last ban for UNH after they saved Adam Warlock. Seems they didn't really like the dive comp that the Queens was running. They kind of like it when they have more of the control of the action, it seems. Mantis, the final ban for the Queens. They didn't like the damage boost that UNH was slinging around.
俺がいればそうなんていらないだろう。時計を見たらもうお仕置きの時間だぜ。
攻撃開始まであと30秒準備して。
ヘルファイア柄にご招待いただき光栄に思います。レマさん。
いいネイモア。これは正式な行事よ。
So UNH could be running Thing and the Emma Watson on the tank. Gonna be running out Despair on Hella for the DPS. Knight gonna be returning to Namor once again. Gonna be Skylar and Clover, I believe, to be the last two healers.
5、4、3、2、1。ミッションエリアを占領するだけだよ。いい？
See Big Warrior already getting ready to rush in towards the point here.
合わせることになるだろう。おやおや。
see Queens immediately went for that height advantage over UNH here. They're playing back underneath. Looks like they're kind of thinking about going up towards them. You see that Venom diving in towards the back. The Black Panther going to do a lot of damage. Knight does find a kill on the Black Panther. Lumi finds a kill on Despair. Despair gets a kill from the Afterlife as that Venom gets brought back to life from the Rocket Resurrection Beacon. Both tanks will be pushing out as Knight comes in to throw his squids down, help with the dive a little bit. The Venom comes diving in, but he misses his jump onto the supports. You're gonna have Big Warrior turn around on the thing. The Black Panther trying to do some damage to that backline once again, as the supports keep their tanks alive on point. Okay, just watch. Trying to zip around the back, trying to get into the back line, but Knight gonna be set up with the squids, keep everybody safe. UNH is the first to cap. They're gonna be playing that defense hard. They're set up as a very like anti-dive sort of comp here. We got a lot of stuns with Thing as well as the ultimate for Doctor Strange. Knight gonna be able to set up those squids to deal with the Black Panther and the Spider-Man. Big Warrior getting ready to do some damage to this Emma Frost. They're playing around this wall to avoid getting hit by those DPS in the back line. You see Big Warrior has that ultimate ready to go. I could see a huge play at him with that. Now Emma Frost absolutely tearing up the back line, but Despair finds a double kill in the back. Meanwhile, taking on Moon Knight, quickly doing some damage to that Punisher as well. Knight able to finish that kill off. The Queen's trying to get away with your mic's unmuted. Queen's trying to get away with the 1-3-2 comp here, not going so well for him. It looks like UNH doing good at holding on to this point here, not allowing Queen's even take over for a moment. Big Warrior just waiting for the right time to pop his ultimate. Yeah, Big Warrior absolutely waiting for the right setup with his ultimate here. Gonna run away from that Emma Frost to break free of that contraption, getting ready for them to all push out right into him. Him and Big Man might be in cahoots here. Even as the Punisher melts her out of form, Skylar was there waiting with the ultimate. Knight finds a kill, Knight finds two, Knight finds three. Give one to Big Man, give one to Big Warrior, give one to Despair. UNH caps the first point with very little to say otherwise. 3 ultimates still in their bag, ready for the second round.
Music makes people happy. Heroes make them sing. Maybe I can do both. 30 seconds before you attack. Get ready. Are you, like, really the goddess of the underworld?
Why? Would you like a tour? I warn you, entering is easier.
特に奴らの触手に絡まれた時、もし次に勝てない相手と出会ったなら私に任せるがいい。その
バトル開始まで5、4、3、2、
UNH getting ready for the second round here. If they win this, they could end it all and go straight, just put the match to rest. Go 3-1 on the season here, potentially, as you see Big Warrior rushing in that thing once again. Still has his ultimate in his pocket, him and Big Man both. Could be some game-changing ultimate plays here to keep them that first capture.
この場所思い切りぶっ壊そうぜ。
好奇だわ。アンチを見つけちゃった。
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Big Man and Big Warrior holding on to this point, not allowing that golden team to get towards their backline at all. Waiting for Despair to do some damage to Hell in the back. Meanwhile, he actually goes down to the Punisher. The Emma Frost will come out same time as Invisible Man ult, and then finally the Thing ult. But however, they take down the Emma Frost. Moon Knight finds a kill of his own. The Invisible Man ult gonna come out for Queens now. Every ultimate in the book that is available is flying out. Punisher Moon Knight trying to run down Big Man. He's gonna pop the Punisher ultimate, trying to melt him down before he can really do too much damage, but he takes down Big Man.
Mortals use these. Shall I?
Another unsuspecting foe.
Punisher has taken aim at us.
Be strong together.
Ruin donks please me.
A nice deep freeze.
I unleash the Shanti's power.
Willing to help? I am barely harmed.
The Moon Knight doing a lot of damage to him. It looks like he's hunting for his ultimate. As Knight back from the name, we're trying to find a kill with his ultimate. The Hell ultimate for UNH gonna come out, and UNH, or not UNH, sorry, Knight doing some really big damage in the backline of that Luna ultimate come out at the last possible moment to keep everybody alive. UNH ultimate, UNH's own Luna ultimate come out just as the Moon Knight comes out. The Namor ult comes out, doesn't find anybody unfortunately.
By the
Knight getting the squid set up as Agamotto comes up. It's actually gonna get pushed back by the Invisigirl. Huge play there. Able to keep the rest of the tanks alive. Even though Strange is kicked away. Big healing from UNH. Should keep everybody alive as they stay on this point. Forces Emma Frost to back up if she wants to stay alive. The Namor doing some huge damage. Also taking some huge damage. Invisigirl gonna come out. Invisigirl ult gonna come out at the same time as Big Warrior pops his ultimate. Then UNH's own Invisigirl will ult now. UNH in a very difficult situation as the Emma Frost now. Wait, Big Warrior jumps through a portal. I didn't know it was there. Jumps through it again. Comes back through entirely. Very confused. Big Man and Big Warrior both on the point here, refusing to let Queens just take it from them, but Big Warrior taking a lot of damage, doing a lot of damage in return. This is pretty much a game of who's going to get their ultimates first. We know that Punisher's been waiting to get his back after he used it. The Agamotto for UNH doesn't seem to find anybody, but some big damage from Big Warrior. Finds one, smacks him down, does some really good damage to Strange, ends up falling for it, but
Who could fight the goddess of hell?
will be destroyed.
I am barely harmed. No escape from hell.
Our enemies are near.
Find that soul.
back for a few seconds.
Judge, jury,
Punisher ultimate come out at the same time Luna Snow ultimate comes out for UNH, or for Queens, but then both support ultimates I believe gonna come out for UNH. Skylar just going to leash Knight back into the ultimates with the Luna ultimate just as the Invisigirl ultimate runs out. Namor ultimate doesn't find anybody as Queen's Invisible Woman ult as well. Hela ultimate from Despair gonna come out as one from UNH falls. It looks like it was Big Warrior as Big Man starts doing some work on Strange. Knight finds one kill. The ultimate from Hela doing some big damage. Despair finds the kill of his own. Trying to take that Emma Frost down as Knight nearly finds a double kill, but it's just taken at the last possible second. Despair finds a double off of it though. And now UNH is where they are. They're nice and comfortable on defense. They're getting past 50%. Knight's already looking for a flanking angle to do some early damage and to keep Queens from pushing up too far too fast.
Certainly.
oceans protect me.
Knight trying to get some early damage. It looks like Queens is maybe trying to get in towards their backline a bit more. But Knight can get those squids up in the back and start doing some huge damage as the Emma Frost ultimate comes out for UNH. Doing some really good damage, tearing up those shields and forcing the diamond form out of their Emma Frost. They're going to pop ultimate now, try to catch them, but the Strange Shield for Big Man is going to stop everything from coming in, allowing Big Warrior to do a lot of damage with that beam, keeping the Punisher at bay, not allowing him to build up too much ultimate as Despair finds a kill of his own. Big Man on the wraparound trying to do some things, but UNH will actually just cap the point. They kept Queens from touching, and UNH will walk away with this match, sorry, 3-1. They will go 3-1 on the season too, funny enough, and that will be all for us tonight, I believe. Thank everybody for joining us. I hope everybody has a good night.